You have seen the trance. You know its danger. But understand this, not all vampires are born ready. Even the most capable, the strongest in body or mind, require a period to acclimate, to find their rhythm within the trance, to understand the rules of what they have become. In those first months, a young vampire is exposed, not weak, but exposed. Their senses are sharp, yes, their strength is undeniable. But when they enter the trance, the world outside can strike before they even understand how to defend themselves. Humans could break into their sanctuaries, mobs strike without warning, and some of these new immortals, they never rose again. The vampire is learning more than just survival during this period. They are wrestling with themselves, learning to bend instinct to will, to master the trance without succumbing to its pull. Every heartbeat, every thought, every twitch of muscle is a lesson in patience and control. A young vampire might find themselves moments away from despair, only to realize the trance has been teaching them the rhythm of power and the art of restraint. And yet, humans persisted. Some would barge into a vampire stronghold, convinced that immortality could be hunted. But a vampire already attuned, even in their early stages, could play a patient game. One story tells of a human who relished his courage, breaking into a newly made vampire's lair, hunting for him. The vampire had lain in trance, waiting. As the intruder crept forward, delighting in his own audacity, the vampire rose, silent, fluid, perfectly aware. The human had crawled himself into the lion's den, and this lion was hungry. In the moments, the would-be hunter became the hunted, and the lesson of exposure was carved into memory. The elders did not stand idle. They convened quietly over this issue, deliberating how to shield the young, inexperienced, without compromising the strength of those who had mastered themselves. The solution was practical, brutal, and necessary. Guardians, creatures dedicated to prevent the unready from falling into human hands. Mere stories were not enough, but the knowledge that a predator lingered in the shadows, a guardian waiting for the foolish, deterred many, giving younger, less experienced vampires that were newly made the time to become one with the trance. And what was gained out of that trance? Many believe it is mere sleep. Few understand its true power. A vampire who survives the trance, who masters it, gains clarity and control over every sense. Sight sharpens until the night is as day. Hearing deepens until the faintest heartbeats betray secrets. Reflexes become preternatural. Thoughts align with instinct without struggle, and the mind itself expands, able to anticipate human behavior, detect deception, and perceive subtle shifts in energy that others cannot. The body too transforms. Muscle fibers tighten and lengthen with perfect efficiency, strength coiling like a spring ready to strike. Limbs move with fluid precision. Speed is not just faster, but instinctive and in a timely fashion, as are reactions that seem instantaneous. A leap covers distance that once required planning. Even the heart, slowed to conserve energy in the trance, pulses with a measured power that sustains endless exertion. Endurance becomes limitless, or nearly so, And the vampire learns to wield raw physicality with the same calculated mastery as their mind. No obstacle is insurmountable, no human aggressor a challenge beyond consideration. The trance also grants understanding of self. The vampire learns the measure of strength, the scope of patience, precise interplay of restraint and impulse. Memory consolidates, strategy unfolds across centuries of mere moments, and the lessons of the past crystallize into patterns that guide every choice. More than whole, they are attuned to danger, to opportunity, to the faintest whisper of what is coming next. Now, it was around the time of the mid-1700s that the first guardians were conceived. Human dedicated servants of the order willingly gave themselves to the process, not to become vampires, but to take on a different role entirely. A wolf was chosen and bitten and cursed by a vampire. The wolf became a vessel of a controlled power, its instincts honed for protection, hunting, and obedience. The wolf, in turn, would bite the loyal servant and pass this curse to a human, transforming them into something both human and something more, a werewolf, born from the vampire's will and discipline, and carrying a form of hybrid vampire curse, while also carrying forever traits of the beast. The werewolves became the shield. The mere thought of their presence kept hunters at bay. Their reality ensured that those foolish enough to challenge the walls faced predators more dangerous than they had ever imagined. The young vampire could enter the trance exposed but protected. Their early vulnerability met with strength born of flesh and fang. The story of the first werewolf, however, is still untold for now.